DoorDash is making changes to prevent account sharing. Okay, what are they doing now, or what is really different? I've been working DoorDash for over 6 years and over 15,000 deliveries, and I've identified account sharing and illegal accounts for well over a year now, and I've been vocal about it. Now, my point of this video is not to be negative, but Dashers need to know this information honestly and transparently, which we all know DoorDash is not. So now DoorDash is stepping up to the plate and finally playing the game. Maybe. Well, according to DoorDash, they sent out an email this past week to several Dashers. So if it's in writing, it must be true, right? Well, we will go over this new email about changes DoorDash is doing. What is DoorDash's website saying about account sharing? Will this finally solve illegal accounts and shared accounts? And stick around, because will you see this in your market? Now, DoorDash sent this out last week, but it was not sent to every Dasher. I'm assuming it was very specific markets for a reason. Maybe it's where they are rolling this out first, just a guess. But here is what the email said. New changes to prevent account sharing. Ooh, sounds exciting. We recently announced that we've stepped up the effort to safeguard against account sharing and unauthorized access to the platform, requiring select Dashers to re-verify their identity in between deliveries, using AI technology to better detect suspicious activities, and increase the number of real-time identity checks completed each week. Learn more. Okay, we'll get to learn more in a little bit. Let me ask you, did you receive this email? Let me know in the comments. Now, my first reaction, okay, DoorDash, you've been saying this for weeks already. This is really nothing new. Yes, we know you're asking Dashers to re-verify their identity in between orders. Yes, we know you're using AI technology to detect suspicious activity. Okay, can we stop right there for a minute? With this one, doesn't it seem like just a lot of words? Do you actually believe about this one? Just like we have to trust DoorDash, they are giving us 100% of the tips. Now we have to trust that DoorDash is supposedly using this AI technology. How do we even know this? I need more details on this one. Okay, let's move on. Lastly, we know you are increasing real-time identity checks. They didn't mention, however, the social security check like they have previously, unless this falls under real-time identity checks. Maybe. So, of course, I clicked on Learn More, which brings you to the DoorDash website about account sharing. Now, interesting enough, the article was made back in December 12th, to be exact. So to me, this isn't anything new that the email has promised. It's just a title. If you haven't seen this before, I recommend going back to the DoorDash website and reading this through. It's just very long to cover all of it in this video. The one thing this article reads that isn't in the new email is they are committed to doing 150,000 identity checks every week. I said this before, I'm going to say it again. Is 150,000 per week enough? In my opinion, absolutely not. Especially how big of a problem this really is on the DoorDash platform. Do you think it's enough? Let me know. What I find interesting in the article, and I'm going to quote DoorDash, they say, no system is perfect. Our safeguards are effective and produce meaningful results. Okay, so does anyone find the statement half backwards? Basically, DoorDash is saying Dashers will fall through the cracks because no system is perfect and use their app illegally, but rest assured, everyone, their safeguards are effective and produce results. Really? How? Don't you want to know as a Dasher how many accounts they deactivate per week based off of these new measures? As a Dasher who lives and works the app daily, you can talk all you want, but for me, I want to see the results, don't you? To me, these are just words to make drivers feel like something is being done until there is actual proof that they are actually doing something about this big problem. What gets me like really fired up now, it's a problem, right? It wasn't a problem a year ago, according to DoorDash, even though it was, but now, because lawmakers are putting pressure on these companies, now something is being done, but it wasn't being done before because it was the right thing to do. It just wasn't being done at all. According to Brad Rosenthal, get this title, the director of Dasher Integrity. That's a title for you, right? He says trust starts with knowing who is using DoorDash. Okay? People rightly expect us to know who's at their doorsteps or entering their business when they order with us. That's why we're further stepping up our efforts to make sure Dashers are who they say they are and crack down on anyone trying to break the rules. Okay, so screw what Dashers have been telling you and screaming at DoorDash for over a year. It's all about the customer not knowing who's at the doorstep, which, don't get me wrong, it's a huge issue and a huge safety concern. But if DoorDash was so concerned, why now? And not when the problem first started, right? DoorDash has known about this for a while. You can't tell me any differently despite what they say. At least that's my opinion, and I'm sticking to it. So will these steps actually solve account sharing and illegal accounts? I think I'll believe it when I see it as a Dasher. I personally need proof that it works and I stop seeing some of these drivers day in and day out. I'll believe it when I stop seeing oversaturation as a normal thing. I'll give DoorDash some credit. I believe it's the right thing to do. I think it's a step in the right direction, but I think all legit drivers want this done like yesterday instead of 150,000 per week. 150,000, it's really nothing in the whole grand scheme of what's really going on. What do you think will solve account sharing? Let me know what your opinion is on this. Will you see it coming to your market? Well, let's think about it. If they did this all at one time and they have a huge mass deactivation of thousands and maybe millions of drivers, they are honestly shooting themselves in the foot, at least in my opinion, because then who will get all these crap orders delivered? It won't be your average driver, that's for sure. And then your beloved tier program will honestly be useless. And then why be platinum? Because you would be able to schedule, heck, even Dash Now might even possibly be available all the time. Oh, what a world that would be, right? That would be awesome for Dashers like you and me. But DoorDash always has to be in control, and they won't let something like that happen. It's all a cause and effect, right? So even though many of us are excited, don't get too excited, because who knows when and if this will come to your own market or even my market anytime soon. So let me ask you, have you seen any of these measures taken by DoorDash in your market? Let me know in the comments. I've done a video before about these new measures listed in this article. If you want to see a full breakdown, check this one out next, and I'll see you over there.